Hi everyone, my name is Bill Kinahan. I'm a senior solution architect with Velosio, and I'm going to take a few minutes today to talk to you about the Dynamics 365 Field Service Schedule Board. Now, the field service component of Dynamics 365 is part of this whole ecosystem of the Microsoft solutions, right? So we've got sales, we've got marketing, we've got customer service. Sales obviously being the sales component, opportunity management, lead management, things along those lines. Customer service being that component that's the servicing of customers through like a ticket taking, a call center, those types of things. Someone calling inbound or looking for resolution to a problem or maybe just a question, something along those lines. Marketing obviously being those pieces that I'm doing the outreach to our customers and prospects, attaching to our website, maybe doing some social posts, all of that kind of stuff. And then these other components, the ERP side as well, right? The ability to have all my financials and project operations and human resources and all of those types of things are part of the ecosystem as well. And then the one component we're going to talk today about is the field service component. So field service is that work orders, the technicians going out in the field and doing something on site, on location, fixing something, repairing, whatever that might be. And then obviously those people need to be scheduled. And that's the piece we're going to look at today, is where that dispatcher is and how they schedule those jobs and those workers out in the field. So let's take a look. So this is Dynamics. So we are now looking at all a list of our active work orders. We created a work order. A customer may have had an issue or a problem or something like that, and we need to send somebody out on site to actually do the work. Okay, so I'm currently looking at all the different work orders in the system, but what I want to do is go now and schedule this, get this on the schedule board for one of our technicians. So I'm going to click on the left-hand side here and take us over to the schedule board. And the schedule board is really kind of made up of a few different components that you'll see on the screen here. I've got my resources on the left-hand side. These are all the people that I can actually schedule a job to. That could be an internal employee. It could be an external employee or an external resource as well. It could be an external resource that we just farm out to a company and they actually do the scheduling. Or it could be an external resource that is an individual as well. I could have equipment on here. So we need to take a certain truck or a certain piece of equipment with us. That can be classified as a resource. I could have crews there as well, which could be a combination of people and equipment that I send out to do a job. So there's multiple types of resources that are available to us in the system. So that's one area. The main area here is the calendar, right? And you can see I've got different work orders on here with different statuses, and you can tell by the colors that we can adjust the colors as well. But in this case, this one's canceled. This one is in progress. There's all different types of statuses within here. As jobs move out to the technicians, they change those statuses, and we get the color changes on our calendar. And then lastly, along the bottom here, you can see I've got the actual work orders that we're working on. So these are a listing of all the different work orders. These are the unscheduled work orders. The one thing about the schedule board and resources is it's available across the board. So I don't have to specifically use it in field service. I could use it in case management if I was scheduling people to go out and do something with a case. I can use it anywhere within the application. It's enabled to be universal across the tool set. So in this case, if I want to schedule this job, this 00408 work order, all I'm going to do is actually grab it and put it onto a calendar. Now, David has some free time here, so I'm going to log it onto him. That's really all there is to it. So I've now taken that work order, put it on David's calendar. He may get a notification that, you know what, we have a job that's been assigned to you, okay? That may give him an indication that he wants to go out and maybe do that job tomorrow or today or whenever it has been scheduled, but you may want to notify him just so they know that it's on his board. Now, to get a little deeper into the schedule board, you'll notice up top here I have case schedule board. This is actually different schedule boards that I can have in the application. And what's that mean? So that means that if I have dispatchers who look after certain regions, I may have a specific dispatch for the East region, right? A specific dispatch for the West region. Well, they could have their own schedule board, which is specific to them. They wouldn't see any of the work orders that exist in any of the other regions. it would be their specific schedule board. So that's what you can see up here. I can create new schedule boards for, again, specific dispatchers. One of the other things you can see here is I've got filters that I can put on the resources as well. So the filters are geared towards those attributes of those resources. So do I want to only have a specific internal resource work on this, or am I open to having someone who's external? Do I need a certain skill set to go work on it? Do I want it to be in a certain territory? Now this can be scheduled on the work order to automatically put those attributes against the schedule board when it comes in from a work order. So I have the ability to only look at those resources that are capable of doing it. In this case, we're walking through the steps on how you would do it. So for skills or characteristics, I can actually click on here, and these are all characteristics that are in the system. Now I can create as many of these as I want within the system, but in this case, I'm going to click on Control System Service. Now you can see I've got different levels of expertise as well, right? So good, familiar, proficient. In this case, I don't really care. I just want to look for someone who can actually go out and work on a work order. So I'm going to say any rating is available for us. I'm going to click down here on Apply, and notice the resources here now have minimized, right? I've gotten rid of anybody else who doesn't have that skill set, that expertise. Another thing I can do is actually associate a territory to it. So if this is in the East territory, for example, I'd go in and select the East. Again, these territories are entirely configurable by you. I click on Apply, and now you can see David is our right resource to send out to this. It's in the East region, okay? And we do need control system service expertise in order to go out and do this job. So there's other things here, organizational unit, what role they are, all the different types of things that you can service or that you can filter off of in the system. So I'm going to reset this back to our original, so we get a full list of our resources. So that's kind of how I can manage the resources and how I can manage these work orders down here. Now, as far as the calendar, I also have the ability to look at this on a map. So you can see I've got map of the US, part of Canada, part of Mexico in there, but it's showing me where resources are and where work orders are. Now, if I click on Brady here, you're going to see that it's actually broken it down. We're on the West Coast now. I can see where Brady is located, and again, where his job that he's going to work on next is. So from a technician's perspective, I can use this information to grab driving directions. I can do different things, look and see how my day looks from a mapping perspective. I can get that optimized as well, so I'm being the most efficient out in the road. Now, the idea of the mapping side of things, it gives you that visual, really, of this schedule board, both from a resource and a job perspective, right? So it shows me where they are, where they're going to be, all of those kinds of things. Now, we've walked through a manual process here. There's also something called resource scheduling optimization. And what that does is actually it looks at the parameters of my resources, of my work orders, and schedules it for me automatically. So as a dispatcher, I wouldn't need to come in here to the schedule board. It would actually facilitate that for me, optimize those jobs out in the field, for each of the technicians, again, based off of skill set, based off of territory, whatever criteria I'm looking to schedule those technicians off of. And it would look after that whole job function of the dispatch or the scheduling. Now, you might have somebody who wants to go in and check and make sure that's working the way we want to, or maybe we don't want to optimize it on this day because this job needs to get done today. It can't be put off till Thursday when it's optimized for that. But it gives you another option to have the system optimized for you. So that's how the schedule board works and how you can utilize it to schedule your work orders to the appropriate technicians. Thanks for watching the video.